Hey guys, let's get more news from Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Trenton Thompson was prepping for UFL life before Steelers called. Like many who don't make the cut, Pittsburgh Steelers' Trenton Thompson began prepping to play in the UFL. A 2022 college free agent, he signed with Pittsburgh on August 2 last year, but was waived on August 29. The Steelers did quickly re-sign him to the practice squad the next day, but that was not his ambition. A practice squad job is good, make no mistake. The minimum salary in 2023 was $12,000 per week. But these days players on the fringe need to get tape. And to do that they have to play in the spring leagues. And now there's only one in town. In my mind, I was prepping to get ready to play for the now UFL, the United Football League, he told Chris Adamski of the Pittsburgh Tribune-Review. He was referring to his release by the New York Giants, before the Steelers called him a week later. Instead, he only spent one day unemployed, the time it took him to clear waivers to re-sign to the practice squad. He played in multiple games as a practice squad elevation before the Steelers signed him to their 53-man roster. He logged over 200 snaps, officially starting one game, recording 22 tackles, an interception, and 3 passes defensed. The only reason he saw the field was due to mounting injuries, of course. Minkah Fitzpatrick injured his hamstring. Later, Keanu Neal went down with a season-ending rib injury. Thompson ultimately dressed for 6 games, playing in 5. He suffered what the team called a stinger against the Indianapolis Colts, with 3 games left to play. Unfortunately, he never made it back from that injury. Pittsburgh had to improvise, moving CB Patrick Peterson to safety and calling veteran Eric Rowe up from the practice squad. Had Thompson not gotten injured, it would have been interesting to see how much he played. A San Diego State product, Thompson spent 6 years in school. He recorded 3 interceptions in his final year after earning an extra year of eligibility due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But he went undrafted and could have easily been just another player who falls through the cracks. That's why he was preparing for the UFL, the new merger between the XFL and the USFL. This business can get tricky, he acknowledged, via Adamski. You never know how it goes. Being an undrafted player, take it, year by year and see where things go, and how long I can keep my foot in the door in general. Will he be in training camp next year? Will he make the 53-man roster? Showing some versatility would be helpful. The Steelers do need cornerbacks and slot defenders. It's not clear if they will bring back Rowe. Neal and Damontae Kazee are both under contract, for now, but the Steelers could opt to release one. How much should Mason Rudolph trust Steelers? This seems to be a subject near and dear to Steelers fans' hearts, or at least to Rudolph fans. The 6-year veteran quarterback's most ardent supporters insist that the Steelers have lied to him. It's impossible to know for sure. Nobody ever said there would be an open competition at quarterback in 2022, merely a competition. That leaves a lot of gray area for interpretation. The Steelers signed Rudolph to a 1-year extension in 2021 with incentives to make sure they had a quarterback under contract for 2022, knowing Ben Roethlisberger was going to retire. Even after signing Mitch Trubisky and drafting Kenny Pickett, however, he still believed. The thing is, Rudolph isn't under contract for 2023. The Steelers need to re-sign him if he's going to compete with Pickett for the starting job. And it's reasonable to assume Rudolph intends to test the open market before agreeing to do so. That is where the question of trust comes in. Head coach Mike Tomlin said that the Steelers want to re-sign him. He also said that Pickett will be challenged, and that they want Rudolph to be part of that challenge. He also said that he believes their 2024 starter is already on the roster, which Rudolph technically is until the start of the new league year. The question of trust, though, is a multi-layered one. Can Rudolph trust any other team more than the Steelers? What exactly did the Steelers ever tell him about starting, and when? We know that the team clearly communicated its intention to add to the quarterback room. He obviously knew there would be a competition even before Trubisky joined the roster. And there, and #8217, a new front office involved now as well. Many will insist that there is no reason he should trust the Steelers. Frankly, none of us know for sure. Only he would have a better sense of that. And we may find out if he does or not based on what happens in the next 2 months. The Steelers' 2023 season has been put out of its misery, ending as so many have before in recent years, a disappointing, blowout playoff loss. The only change-up lately is when they miss the playoffs altogether. But with the Buffalo Bills stamping them out in the wild-card round, they have another long offseason to look forward to. The biggest question hanging over the team is the quarterback question. Is Kenny Pickett the guy? Will he get another season's reprieve without a serious challenge? How will the team address the depth chart? Do they re-sign Mason Rudolph, one of few significant unrestricted free agents? The Steelers are swirling with more questions this offseason than usual, frankly, though the major free agent list is less substantial than usual. It's just a matter of, what happens next? Where do they go from here? How do they find the way forward? Florida State QB Jordan Travis meets with Steelers at Shrine Bowl. It is not clear if either Pickett or Rudolph is the future, and the team could consider other options in free agency or the draft. One of those names could be Florida State quarterback Jordan Travis. Travis is currently in Frisco, Texas, for the East-West Shrine Bowl. He spoke with Steelers Depot and confirmed that he has already met with the Steelers. Travis is not able to practice this week, but he is participating in every other way he can. And it isn't just meetings and team interviews. He spends time speaking to young fans and signing whatever they ask before practice. He's on the field with his teammates during one-on-one drills to help get the ball to his fellow quarterbacks. He is present for every coaching moment along with meeting NFL teams and media. After this week, he will return home for continued rehab. He has received an invitation to the NFL Combine and said his participation there will be limited to meetings, interviews, and the medical evaluation. His goal is to be able to do more at his pro day. That's the goal, in mid-April, Travis said. Get my feet moving a little. I won't be able to run, probably. I just want to be smart but at the same time show the teams I'm gonna be good. He was already tossing the ball a little here on the sideline. A Florida native, Travis started his college career at Louisville but played only 3 games in his first year before transferring to Florida State University. The QB was a key part of the program's success and a dual threat, with over 500 yards rushing in 2020 and 2021. In his final year, he gained most of his yards through the air, only running to extend that play. But it appears to be a devised QB run that resulted in his injury. When asked about how he plans to use his legs in the NFL, he joked that he has gotten away from his old style from years ago when he was called QRB. His focus for playing at the next level, as he explained. For my career, I'll try to save my body a little bit more. I make plays with my legs when I have to. I don't want to rely on my feet. I'm a passer, I'm a quarterback. I mean, you gotta make plays. Especially in the NFL today, you gotta be able to be a little bit mobile and make plays with your feet when you have to. And you fan, what do you think of the Jordan Travis situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.